And we're live! Happy Thirsty Thursday, everyone! Look, we're back at the store.
Back in our old place.
Back at our old place because Paula had an idea this morning. She's like, Courtney, come into my office. We need to talk.
Yeah, I was like real serious too.
You were.
I was.
Yeah. So today we're drinking red ale. And I always thought red ale was like red, but it's kind of not. It's more amber. But we're drinking red ale.
Did you smell it?
Yeah, I did. It's kind of sweet.
Our red ale kit is one of our top sellers.
Ooh, I like that. That's pretty good.
We're 1 week early for St. Patrick's Day. So what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
I always like red ale, but it's one of the many things I like to drink.
Yeah, we wanted to drink beer today because we feel like we've been drinking a lot of wine.
And clearly we're gonna drink anyway, so we're just choosing what we're gonna drink. So you can explain what my challenge was to you?
I'll explain.
Okay.
Okay, so the challenge was, if you had your basic brewing setup, so you get like your 1003 Beast kit that has like your brew pot, your carboy, your like,
bucket.
All that stuff. What 3 items would you add to your equipment that weren't in that kit? Like if you could shop for your items.
But only 3.
And you only get 3.
So you know you can already make beer. You can already make good beer. But what would you add to that, to your brew kitchen, to take it over the top?
And we decided that we were both gonna pick our own 3 items, like go our separate ways, pick our own 3 items, and then come back and see if any of them matched.
Which I honestly thought we would have at least one of them in common, and we did not, shockingly, right?
I would have had a matching item with you, but then I thought about the way that I would brew beer compared to the way that you potentially would brew beer. And I switched my whole strategy. So you can go first and explain why you picked your items.
Okay.
And then I'll kind of help.
Well, I think these are going to play, if you're already a brewer, these may be fantastic little gadgets that you wouldn't have even thought about. And if you know a brewer and you're looking to buy a gift, sometimes these are the best gifts because they already have the basics. So the first thing that I chose was the Immersion Wart chiller.
I'll show it close.
Okay.
So the Immersion Wart chiller was the first item that you chose.
So this runs a little under $100. I think right around 90. But to me, I chose this one because it's the gift of time. Okay, and it's efficient. So the efficiency and the time factor of being able to cool that wort from the boil down to the pitchable temperature quickly, safely, making that brew day a little bit easier, not schlepping ice baths, not dealing with any of the cleanup or I can pull this out, have it ready to go, use it, put it away. I don't need to have bags and bags of ice. I don't need to pull out the tub. I don't need to move it to another place. This to me is the gift of time and efficiency. So that's why I chose that.
And the Immersion Wart chiller, the way that it works, if you don't know the way that it works, is essentially it has coils, and then the
copper.
Yeah, and then basically your brew rotate.
The water goes through it. So you put it into the.
Explain it. You'll do it.
So you submerge it into your pot. You hook one tube up to the cold water tap, and one tube is just your throwaway.
Yep.
And it runs this cold air through the coils, absorbing the heat and then going out, so that it's constantly pulling the heat from the wort and removing it without ever having anything added or subtracted from the wort.
And I would agree with the immersion chiller as an item that I would pick because I had the experience of trying to use bags of frozen vegetables to cool down.
And it just doesn't cool down that quick. What this does, this cools it down very quickly and efficiently. And I think it depends on what's important to you. Time is important to me and efficiency is important to me. So I chose that.
Okay.
Okay. The next one that I chose is the Carboy cleaner. Because the doing the dishes part of brewing is my least favorite.
Carboy cleaner.
And that is a way to clean a carboy in under a minute, efficiently, perfectly, better than I could ever clean it with a brush, because this goes on the end of a drill. You put your PBW inside your carboy, you zap it up and down a few times. I think we even have a video somewhere online. Yeah. And for $26.99, I think it is, you, in 1 minute, have a clean carboy that all you have to do is rinse and turn upside down. And again, I think this is efficiency, cleanliness, and the gift of time. I think time is going to be one of my themes here. So that is my second item.
And I also would have picked that as well. That was the first item that I actually went for, because I think it's something that like a lot of people might not know that we have.
Yes.
But yeah, it's crazy how fast this cleans carboys.
Yeah. I only have a few of these in stock right now. We're actually, we know that the company that owns it is fabricating currently, and there'll be more coming in. But I had to include that one because I really, if those of you who already brew, you know that when you're cleaning carboys, that's not the best time.
And also, if you leave your carboys sitting and they like get gross and nasty, I actually have done this as an experiment just to see if it works. If you put your cleaner and some water in the bottom of your carboy and then you use this, like let it sit for a minute and use this, it actually does a really good job even if it's been sitting for like a couple weeks.
Have a good one.
You too.
So my third item I chose is an element burner. And this was the kind of wild card one because instead of going for necessarily time, although I do believe that a good propane burner is going to make your boil day more efficient than having it done on the stove. I think the experience of being outside, having a beer, having a lawn chair, if you have a boil over, it's outside. I think brewing outside is the most fun. I know that we can't always brew outside. I like that option. Or if you could throw your garage door up and you're just brewing out there and you have the steam outside, I just think it becomes more of an event, more of a social kind of thing.
It's nice to enjoy the weather too if it's nice weather.
Agreed. So yeah, and I like that. I mean, and not all stovetops can handle the weight of the brew pot. Yeah. So I think having a nice element burner where you just know you've got your setup, everything fits, you're ready to go. And shockingly, this is a Brewer's Best element burner, which is a very nice burner, kind of middle of the road for pricing. Let me see, how much is it? It's like $150. We have used these in our store before.
Yeah, I used it for the brew day that we did with Nick.
Brewer's Best one?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just like it, and I think that looking at the experience of it and trying to get things moving and brewing and going, the element burner is the answer for me. So these are my three choices if I were to add to my brew kitchen.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like it. I went a little bit of a different route, although I will say kudos because the Carboy cleaner and the immersion chiller were my first two picks.
Okay.
But I thought if I'm going to be brewing, I'm going to be brewing in my apartment.
Okay.
And I'm not going to be brewing 5-gallon batches, probably. I'm probably just going to be doing 1-gallon kits. Like, I was thinking about it of the approach of, like, if I was actually going out to brew and, like, buy things for myself, what would I actually get?
And I have that same idea because I have to choose what's important to me.
So yeah. I know that for me, I love the idea of, like, doing all grain and doing the 5-gallon batch and doing it, but I know that A, I'm not gonna have the time to commit to it, and B, I'm not gonna have the space, really. I don't have, so if I'm going to be a home brewer actively, it's going to be 1-gallon extract kits. So that's kind of the route that I went.
Okay.
The first thing that I have is this refractometer because I have seen it, like, I think it's just, like, so clunky to use a hydrometer. Like, you can do it, right? Like, it works. But I remember the first time I saw someone use a refractometer, and I was like, oh, wow, that, and, like, looking in, I don't know, it's just, like, something about the, and when I shop for things, I'm a combination of aesthetics and price. Like, that's really what I look for. But also, like, functionality, too. But, like, aesthetics and price are my main thing. And I just think that there's something cool about looking into it to be able to test your specific gravity and all that. I also think that the price, so, like, sure, we have on the low end, we have, like, $6 hydrometers.
Right.
On the high end, we have tilts, and tilts are great.
Oh, tilts are cool.
I
didn't even think of that.
Tilts are great. They're like our wireless Bluetooth hydrometers. But I know that for me personally, I'm not going to spend more than $100 on something for a for a 1 gallon
Right, and
batch.
so
It
I would always do a 5-gallon batch.
right.
So that's all perspective.
So I'm gonna leave this in the packaging just so that we can potentially sell it later. But that's what a refractometer looks like, and basically you just take the included little pipette that they have, and then you just drop a few drops of your brew on there. You look in it at the light, and then it tells you your readings. So that is what I would do, and that's $55.99. So it's middle of the road.
It's not horrible, and I think they're really fun to use.
I'm a very middle of the road type of person, unless
I feel like I went a little high end here, but I had a whole brew store to shop in, and I didn't have to spend my money.
yeah. So the next thing is this glass handle growler. I think that it'd be really cool to like take your brews in this because it just looks pretty. Like I said, I'm all about aesthetics, and I just think that this looks pretty. I was really, really tempted to get the UK growlers because that's like my favorite. That literally, I'm not kidding you. I think that's one of my favorite items in the store because it's just beautiful.
They are.
But it's also upwards of like several $100s, and I know that unless I was getting it for someone as a gift, I personally would not buy it for myself.
And these are not expensive.
No, this is like I think it's $29.99, maybe even $19.99. So I just know that for me personally, I think that this looks cool.
Under $30.
Yeah. Although I do think that if I really, really like got into home brewing, this is me going into
Like
it.
if you were doing it at home.
Yeah. But this is me going into it with the mindset of like, okay, I'm just starting, what extra items would I add? But I think that if I really was into it, I would probably end up getting the UK growler just because it's so cool, and then you don't have to keg. Like, you can force
It is
carbonate
actually kegging. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So that is my next item. The last item, I felt really silly for doing this, but I think
It was brilliant.
there's something to be said for practicality. If I'm doing 1 gallon batches at home, I was trying to think about what items wouldn't be included in your actual kit. And I think the kit has like an autosiphon, it has it has a lot of like bits and bobs in it, but what it doesn't have is good old fashioned spray bottle. And like, I know it's kind of like not the coolest item to pick, but when you are brewing, it's so important that you have sanitizer on hand. And I remember that the very first time I ever went over to a brew day, it was shout out to Brew Dudes in Montana. I went and joined in on their brew day. It was cool. One of the things that was always in his hand was the spray bottle. Like, literally, he was just spraying everything down. And I think that especially in a small space like an apartment that I would be brewing in, it's like so easy to just have things get messy and cluttered and whatnot. So if you have a spray bottle, and it's a lot easier too to just have like a mixed up batch of sanitizer.
It's always ready.
Readily
You
available.
don't know when you're gonna just have to take a gravity reading, or you're gonna have to just do a stir, and you don't want to make a whole batch up. You already have it.
Yeah.
So that's
And it's also like just an inexpensive thing to, yeah.
It's one of those things though. If you don't have it, you would wish you had it.
And I
agree with you.
I will say too that our spray bottle, part of the inspiration for picking this is we were brewing, we were making wine, but I mean, same difference. And our spray bottle broke, and it was really irritating me that the nozzle wasn't working. And I was like, oh, well, that's clearly an item that needs to be added to your kitchen then. Yeah, so I think that would be what I would get. I mean, between 55, 20, and the spray bottle, it's like $70 for
all of it.
A lot of, yeah.
My stuff's a little more expensive, but I can tell you, there's nothing here that a brewer probably either doesn't already have or already wants.
Yeah, I mean, I think we did a good job at showing you're thinking about more large scale.
Absolutely.
And because I thought about the Carboy cleaner, but I'm like, you can't use it. Like, that
no, and I get where you're coming from. I get the whole 1 gallon batch thing totally, because you have a small space, but I don't know. I'm at the point in my life where I'm like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna go. It's like go big.
Well,
yeah, I'm gonna get more.
I also get what you're saying about the whole time thing, because whether you do a 1 gallon batch or a 5 gallon batch, it's the same amount of time. I was also tempted. So we made it a point to stick to equipment only for both of ours. But I was also tempted, if I'm doing 1 gallon batches, another thing that I'm probably going to be doing as opposed to what Paulo would be doing is Paulo would likely be kegging. That's not to say that I couldn't do that, but I also would probably be bottling.
Right.
And another thing that I thought that's an ingredient, but it might be helpful, is those carbonation drops instead of priming sugar.
Right.
Even though I feel like a lot of the kits come with priming sugar,
They do.
I feel like carbonation drops, at least when I was doing it for the session IPA, it was like just easy to pop them in there.
And that's what I use when we do our cider kits. If I do a hard cider, I use the carbonation drops because they're just so nice.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not like a huge deal, like either way, whatever you prefer, but the other thing, I know we were only limited to 3.
I know, but I thought that would be more of a challenge.
Yeah, so did you have like any runner-ups that you were kind of like, this would be cool, but nah?
Well, the one I did think is actually bench top capper. Okay, because I just know, I mean, I have trouble sometimes with my hands or just strength, and if I had a bench top capper that I could have mounted somewhere, I would be able to cap some bottles to take or to do it that way. Although I probably, we have lately, the only thing we've done is keg.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna tell on us, like, we haven't been bottling, we've just been kegging. So if I were to bottle though, or even bottle part of my stuff, I think that the benchtop capper would be one of my things. Yeah. They're a little pricier than, say, the Gloria capper or the Red Baron or the Black Beauty. But again, I feel like the difference between the floor model corker versus a hand corker, the hand capper versus a bench capper, it's worth it.
I think it's interesting because it's the whole like time thing again too.
Yeah.
And efficiency. I feel like it's like a lot.
I just want things to go smoothly, and I want my time to be spent in a way that I'm enjoying it, not just trying to get it done.
Yeah, and I think it's smart. The runner-up for me, and this once again speaks to like our separate personalities, is like I am a graphic designer, so I wanted to do like some sort of label paper or whatever, so I could make fancy labels for my beer.
And that's I love. We were out and about today, and this one's, I'm looking at like different shelving and how things are going, and she's looking at about how pretty the labels and the graphics are. That's how it works. Yeah.
Someone just said hi, so hello.
Hi guys. We're so glad you're here with us. So before we go though, before we did what we did, and we want to talk about 2 things. The one thing is I will be adding pumpkin spice, what is it? Is it pumpkin spice?
Porter
into
pumpkin
our
spice
sale
porter.
Later today. It's not on sale yet. It will be as soon as I get back to the office. So we just included that. So if you are looking to kind of hold on to that fall, we have maybe 10 of them left. So those will be going on sale, but I can't get more after they're gone. I also will be putting a few of our Island Mist and Orchard Breezing kits on sale later this afternoon is my goal. So just take a look at go to homebrewhow.com, look at the sale section. It's been changing a lot, but also you saw us do the Amarone kit. There's some of those on sale. There's a couple others that are onesie-twosies.
We also have hard seltzer kits.
Perfect for
I grabbed
summertime.
the Pineapple Sunset and Lemon Lime Splash, but we also have Raspberry Breeze over there.
And they're on sale for $19.99.
$19.99, and these are 5-gallon kits. I always thought, I'm like, $19.99, okay, that's gotta be a gallon kit. Nope.
No, and you can put that together, and then you could keg those if you have, the kegerators, believe it or not, the sun's coming out. I think next week in Ohio it's gonna be, or at least in northern Ohio, we're gonna get in the 50s. So I think that makes us start thinking about summertime, and the cool thing about this is there's no maturation process. So just get in there, force carbonate it, and drink it. Yeah, and then the next thing we really want to talk to you about is very important to us, and probably, I believe it was 54 other countries around the world, is Big Brew Day.
Big Brew Day. I know if you tuned in last time, we talked about Big Brew Day, but we're gonna keep talking about it because we're excited. Big Brew Day is May 7th, and essentially what it is 50 people from 54 countries throughout the entire world are basically all pledging to brew on the same day. So the American Homebrewers Association has 2 recipes that we're still waiting on them putting out.
If you know anybody, we need a recipe.
Come on, we need the recipes.
My goal on the recipe is to actually get it put together in our store and put it up online, so that if you can't come and brew with us, and we get it, kind of, well, our feelings will be hurt a little bit, but if you can't come and brew with us, you could at least order the recipe, we can ship it to you, and you can brew with us separately.
Yeah.
So Boozy Scientist said that they just finished their seltzer kit, so it's almost time.
Yeah, I think I saw something on Instagram about that.
I did too.
That's awesome. I'm so excited for them. That's cool. Yeah, so Big Brew Day, what do we have going on for Big Brew Day in store? If you're local.
Okay.
We have, so how does it work? You're gonna go to our website, there's a banner that says register for Big Brew Day. You click on that. It's $25, and what you get for that $25 is you get to come hang out with us during our brew day on May 7th, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. You also get to take part, if you wish to, in the class that Zach Slagle from Firelands Homebrew Club will be offering, and he's going to take you through all the steps of a brew day.
And it's all grain.
All grain. You also will be getting a Big Brew Day t-shirt, which I'm super stoked about.
I know who designed it.
I think the design's pretty cool, and I'm not saying just that because I just made it, but I think it's pretty cool. So you get a Big Brew Day t-shirt. You will also get access to a paid social membership for Firelands Homebrew Club. So if you're local to the area, that's worth $25 in itself just for that membership. And that gets you access to all their Facebook page, that gives you access to go to all their meetings.
Their newsletter, everything.
A wealth of knowledge. So if you're someone that's really trying to get into knowing things about homebrewing, or you've been homebrewing for a while and you just want people to share your passion with, that's going to be a really cool resource for you. You also will get 20% off anything in store, so ingredients and equipment. 20% off anything in store the day of the class. So come in. It's a 20% off sale.
And we're gonna buy pizza.
Yeah, and a pizza lunch.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a
for everybody
pizza
out here,
lunch?
we're just gonna buy pizza and enjoy it. And you get the camaraderie. Now let's say, okay, you're thinking to yourself, I already brew. I don't need to go to a class. I don't need all that stuff. That's fine. If you don't need the class and you are already a brewer and you're doing your thing, still come out and brew with us. You don't have to register. Okay, you can come out and brew for free. You can set up and meet all the brewers and bring your own equipment, bring your stuff, brew with us, and just enjoy the camaraderie. If you don't want to be left out, because all the cool kids are going to get t-shirts, if you call in to one of our customer representatives, you can order a t-shirt for $10. So that way, the day when you show up for Brew Day, you can come in and get your t-shirt. We'll make sure you have your size, and then you can look as cool as everybody else. So you don't have to pay $25 just to come out and brew. You can come out and brew and enjoy all the camaraderie if you're already a brewer. But so we have different things going on. So if you're already a brewer, come out for free, but you would probably want a t-shirt. If you're a new brewer, definitely sign up for the class, get the knowledge, get the whole experience. We just want to pack our parking lot full of people who are as passionate about beer as we are.
Yeah, I think that it would be really cool.
I hope that it's so busy that my hair is like in all different places and I don't know where to put the next person. And please, good weather.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see how weather goes.
If the weather's bad, still come out. We have a full warehouse in the back. We're gonna put the big garage doors up. We have an overhang, and we will figure it out. We are brewing that day, whether it is 70 and sunny or 20 and sideways snow.
The one thing I will say too is all of the proceeds, like we're not doing this, like the $25 that you will get by registering for the class, or that you'll pay by registering for the class, that doesn't go to us. We're putting all the proceeds back towards Firelands Homebrew Club. So we really just do want people to come out and have a good time. Mm-hmm. So if you just want a way to support your local homebrew club, and you want a cool t-shirt, like just register and come on out and you get pizza.
So how do you register?
So you register by going online to Homebrew. Well, there's 3 different ways you can register.
Okay.
There's 3 different ways you can register. You can register online by going to homebrewOhio.com. Our banner, there's a banner on the very home page of our website. You can click on that and register. Or you can just type like Big Brew Day into our search bar and it should pop up. It's $25. You buy it, you're in. You're good.
And do curbside for pickup. So there's no shipping.
The one thing that I will say is that for the t-shirt, you can just email me, Courtney at homebrewOhio.com, and then I'll go ahead and put your sizing in there. We are going to order just like a base order of sizing for t-shirts, but we're just trying to make sure that we have enough for people if they get different sizes. So that's the first way. You can order, or you can register online. The second way is you can call in.
419-502-9019.
Wow, that was a great infomercial.
I know, thank you.
And then the third way is
in the store.
You can come into store. I was like, what is the third way?
You can come right in here and Lily will help you out.
Yeah, so come on in. You do like your pre-scan thing, right? You're like, okay, what am I gonna get the 20% off on? Like scout everything out, sign up to register, and then show up the day of the class. You already have everything figured out.
So what time is it?
10 a.m. to 3 p.m. is when the class is, and 3 is like a loose.
Yeah, because we're open till 4. So seriously, we're not gonna throw anybody out. Just come and brew, or come and join the class. Do whatever you want to do. I
also will say that Paula pointed out that it's Saturday, May 7th, which the reason they host it that day is because it's like National Homebrew Day. There was a lot of laws put into effect on that day in previous years past, like where it made homebrewing legal and acceptable in the general public. But anyways, that day is the day before Mother's Day. So like,
and moms need beer.
Moms need beer. That's just gonna be our next advertising campaign. Okay. Moms need beer. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Big Brew Day.
Exactly. So come and brew with us. Check out our sales, and now you have some great ideas.
Yeah. How'd you like your red ale?
Obviously, I liked it very much.
I think we both liked it. I liked it a lot. And our next live is gonna be on St. Patrick's Day, so we'll have to try and find some.
Green beer?
Yeah.
All right.
Also, shout out to my grandpa. He turns 80 today. So, like, I feel like he deserves a shout out to that.
For sure.
All right. We'll
Thanks
see you
for
next
joining
Thursday.
us.